Welcome. Good evening, everybody. Good Wednesday evening. Welcome to the show. Hello, Jen. Hello, Denton.
Hello. Welcome all.
Where's those big smiles at? Jen sort of got one. Now she's got it going. There it is.
Big smile. There we go.
You should be happy to see me, Denton. It's been a couple of weeks.
Oh, I'm absolutely delighted to see you. I always like seeing you. Yes.
Good. Keep it that way.
Oh, I will.
I enjoy seeing you too, Denton.
Well, of course you do. I mean, obviously. Without saying, doesn't it?
Hello, everybody that's tuning in tonight. Hello, Jasmine. Hello, Scott.
Oh, Jasmine, Scott.
Jim, good. How are you? Scott asked, "How's everybody doing?" I'm doing good. I can't speak for the other two.
I'm doing very well.
Doing good. Yeah, I think we're all good.
We are back for another show, and I took a little bit of time off. It's a little self-care for myself. I had to take care of myself a little bit, so I took that last week off. It's been kind of sketchy the last month or so. We only done a couple of shows. I just needed to take some time for me a little bit, kind of gather myself together. And there's my sister. Hello, April.
Oh, hello.
And Diane, of course. How are you doing this evening, my friend? So tonight's episode, we got a lot going on. We got some music tonight. We get those bands out of the way. We get those announced. We got 6th Century playing tonight. We've got Catch a McCarb, and we got some Winery Dogs we're going to play tonight. And one of those three is my top pick of the week, something new that I'm doing where I'm showcasing one certain artist or band. That's my pick that I'm going to listen to all week long. And this is a really cool song. We'll get to that when it comes up. And then tonight's show is also about our topic. It's about do or die. Any clues, Jen, on what that's about?
I'm assuming we do it or we die. I don't know what the it was.
Yeah.
What was that comparison you did earlier with the machine gun, Denton? It's either you do it or you die.
Oh, you mean like talk about great experiences and things like that where you did it? Yeah.
Machine gun with the machine gun.
Oh well, yes. I said you could always tell the story of how you held off 500 VCs in the Ladrang Valley with only one round in the M16. I mean, already didn't happen, but who cares? It's a great story. I tell it all the time.
With one clip in the chain, one clip is all I needed. Take
that
out 500.
Just one round. Just have one round.
Well, one round actually. Yes, you'd already fired off. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you didn't need any more. I mean, one round. Hey, it's all you needed. Yeah.
I'm trying something new tonight too, as well. I'm adding a little segment. With spring. It's springtime. Although it doesn't feel like it's spring out there right now. At least not where I'm at.
It does here. Finally.
It's raining, and then there's like episodes of the day where we had freezing rain, a little bit of snow.
Yeah,
it's spring, but it doesn't quite feel like it yet here in Indiana.
Yeah. Spring has sprung, but not 100% everywhere.
So we went from 80 one day to 50 the next, which was really weird. Now we're back up into the 60s and 70s, so I'm good with that.
Now we're 45 here at the moment. But then it is 1 o'clock in the morning, so it's a bit lower than daytime temperature.
Jim.
Well, I like that. Do it like they do it on the Discovery Channel. Oh, yeah.
Bloodhound Gangs. I love that band. The monsoon. Chris says it's monsoon season here in Dirty Jersey. Not need a boat to commute. That's all it's been doing here is raining. You get little teases of a little bit of peaks of sun, and then it goes right back to raining again. I'm over winter. I'm literally over winter.
I am over it as well. I am ready for some warm, sunny weather because I hate being cold more than anything in the world.
Yeah,
I hate it. I don't mind winter, I guess, because there's those. I like those months where I can hibernate in my little cave, and it gives me permission to go into my room and work on things. And in summertime, I can go out with the kids and do the swimming or hiking or vacations or theme parks. I'm just over winter. That's all I know.
In winter, I don't seem to leave the house. I don't want to leave the house.
I can see why. Yeah.
But summer's just around the corner. One of my favorite things about summer is not only is the running around in my little underwear type swimming trunks, but I also like the summer movies. That's always growing up as a kid. I used to love the whole summer movie release. So tonight I'm going to be playing a few trailers from some of the movies that I'm that I'm excited for it is, well, I wouldn't know if I'm excited or anticipating or want the great wonder of how it's going to turn out, but we're going to be doing that. So Sid's movie picks 3 of them, and then I'm going to do a movie of the week. I suggest people go to watch as well, whether it's streaming or whether it's at the theater. So I got movie trailers for summer movies that I'm excited about, plus a movie of pick of the week as well segment.
Sounds good.
The movie to watch.
Nice variety. I like it.
And plus music news. We got some music news as well, right? So like I'm doing that new as well. So like our countdown song, that band Skid Row, right? That's Skid Row. They have a new lead singer, which comes in. You get my little sign up here. Hang on. Music news. Music news. Skid Row just split up with their fairly new lead singer, Eric Kronwall, somewhere like that, from Germany. He just left the group. And I'm kind of sad about it because I finally started listening to Skid Row again. And I really enjoy listening to Eric sing, and here he turned around and left the group.
I haven't listened to Skid Row since the 80s, I'm not going to lie.
Me either. I haven't listened to him since Sebastian Bach was singing for him. I stopped listening after that. But they recently came out with another album with a new lead singer, and this singer was actually not American Idol, but German Idol, kind of like American Idol, but in Germany.
Right. Yeah.
And he came in like second or third place. It was a really good voice, and he sounded a lot like Sebastian Bach. So I was like, I'm gonna give him a try. I listened to their album. I thought, wow, this guy's really a really good fit with Skid Row. He can sing all the old past catalog songs and really do justice for the band with new songs. And that Tick Tick Boom, whatever I just played for that countdown, that's him singing.
Oh,
that's from Skid Row. So I was kind of sad that he left. So that's my music news, along with what the fuck is going on with P Diddy. Do we have another episode? P Diddy, Puff Daddy.
Oh, he's a like a Weinstein or a Epstein, I guess. Epstein. He's an Epstein. I have not delved into that. I have not gone down that rabbit hole, I'm going to be honest with you. But from what I've gathered from all the socials, I guess he's an Epstein. I don't know.
Well, I was watching the news, and all of a sudden it went to breaking news, and here it is. The FBI and Homeland Security are raiding 3 of his homes. And
Could you imagine having 3 homes?
Could you imagine being a billionaire?
No.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you, if Homeland Security is joining in on it, he must have done something really big, or they think he did.
He's got a lot of lawsuits, and a lot of it's sexual lawsuits. From what's going on, I think what Jen just said there, he is another Epstein. He's another. What's that one other black singer that did?
R. Kelly.
Are
you actually suggesting that celebrities might, commit sort of sexual indiscretions, shall we say?
Because they have too much money and nothing to do with it?
Yeah.
Well, he had sex parties. He had sex parties. He was trafficking. He was bringing women into parties, having them have sex with celebrities. There's like a whole laundry list of R&B artists. It was funny because not too long ago, Cat Williams was on a show with Shannon Sharp. It's called the Shay Shay Show, and Shannon Sharp used to be an ex-NFL player.
I know who Shannon Sharp is.
So Cat Williams is a comedian. He came on his show and just spilt the beans a couple months ago. Just told everything on everybody.
Ooh.
He caught a lot of shit for it, but he spilt the truth. And then here 2 months later, everything's starting to come out now in the news. And here you go. You got P. Diddy, a billionaire, one of the most notable R&B producers, artists. It's got $1 billion worth of industry that he's built. And here,
you give people too much money and too much power, and for whatever reason, not all of them, but for some reason, a select few of them just have to go down the total shithole. They just have to be the fucking worst person they can possibly be because they have money and power. It's the power.
So it looks like he then may be going the way of Rolf Harris and Gary Glitter and a few other people. They will sort of be,
Well, right now they haven't charged him anything yet. But normally they don't come in there and do raids on a home unless there's someone going to be charged here in the near future.
They have very good evidence before they mount something as big as that in 3 places. Though they already know pretty much what they're going to find, I think, yes.
But yeah,
shall we place bets on how long he will live in custody?
Well, they might hire a couple of guards from somewhere else and turn off all the security cameras. So he can
Epstein off himself?
Accidentally hang himself. Yeah, accidentally, of course, yes. Of course he did.
Yeah, R. Kelly's still whining about it. I mean, what do you think is going to happen, fellas?
Just eventually, you're going to get caught. Eventually,
you can only reap so much bad.
Think they're going to get caught. They pay people, and they pay people to be quiet, and then people are quiet. And it's just gross Caligula.
Yes. Well, there's a point. I mean, I know, I don't know what will happen, and I know what I think ought to happen. I mean, I am thinking in terms of if only we had Savonarola, or Torquemada back, I'm sure the Spanish Inquisition would have been able to think of something very nice to do to them. The Iron Maiden actually appeals to me quite considerably. But, I mean, not that I'm not advocating violence, I must point out.
Not at all. Me either.
No, not at all. No, it's fantasy.
Do what they did like they did Dahmer. Didn't they shove like a broomstick up his ass or something?
I think they did, yes.
Oh, they just some guy just beat him to death.
Yeah, he
just beat him to death. And I'm okay with that. I am fine with that.
Fine. Absolutely fine.
Good with that. And I'm good with anybody like that getting beat to death by somebody else that has absolutely nothing to lose by doing it.
Absolutely. And I mean, some of the things they've done, they deserve it. And look at the benefits. It saves the state all that money keeping them
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you music folks out there, you're just stirring out there, stirring trouble. Why would you, you're going to be a watchful eye. Why would you even think for a moment you'd be able to get away with it or get away with it for very long? You might get away with it for a little bit, but not for long.
Eventually, when you're that someone decent will come along. Eventually.
It took a while. What's ironic about it is that what really opened the can of worms was a little skinny white boy that was P. Diddy's mule. He got pulled over, and now the little white guy broke the news, really kind of opened the can of worms. But he was P. Diddy's mule, and he was hauling vapes, like carts, like marijuana carts, weed. Yeah. And he was hauling it for P. Diddy. He was trafficking it for him. He was a mule for P. Diddy. So when he got caught, he ratted P. Diddy out. How ironic is that? You're an R&B hip-hop artist, and the one that ratted you out was a little skinny white boy.
There's something ironic about that.
That's poetic.
Yes, I quite like that one. Yeah. No.
So summer movies. You guys look forward to summer movies?
I don't know what's coming out. I haven't seen. I kind of live in the horror realm. So I don't know a lot of the mainstream movies that come out until they actually come out. So if there's a good horror movie coming out, I usually know what it is. But if it's in the regular, I say Muggle world, I don't really know what it is.
I'm not really, I must say I'm not really into sort of modern movies very much. I tend to sort of look at old ones, I like sort of, especially humorous ones. I mean, I like Monty Python and Mel Brooks and Blazing Saddles and that. And,
Blazing Saddles is amazing.
Oh, it's wonderful. And I was just working my way through all the episodes of The Streets of San Francisco. So I'm kind of back in that sort of, that sort of thing. So I'm not really well up on modern movies.
I just went to the theaters this past weekend to go see the Kong and Godzilla, the new Empire movie with the kids.
I saw that. I haven't seen the trailer for it yet.
I must say, I do like Godzilla movies. I do indeed. I like the Godzilla movies a lot.
Did you ever see any of the original Japanese ones?
Oh, I used to watch them with my dad all the time.
Oh, I mean, it was a sumo wrestler, like in a rubber suit, stomping on dinky toys, sort of thing. But they had some quite interesting sci-fi stuff. These two little women going around on a big moth or something.
Yeah.
They were fun. I mean, they were of course absolutely ludicrous, but they were fun to watch.
Oh, they were wonderful. I remember me and my dad would watch those when I stopped going to church, and my dad stopped going to church at the same time. Mm-hmm. We would stay home and watch horror movies and Godzilla movies and stuff like that. We just loved those.
I loved that even when I was young. I mean, I was 8 years old, and I was looking at all the horror movies, and I mean, I was never scared because I mean, when I saw a bat flying like this, you know. Like, I mean, I just laugh because I mean the bat would fall out of the sky if it tried to fly like that, you know. So I loved all those Bela Lugosi and all the
yeah. The Universal horror movies are fantastic. I have a tarot deck of all the Universal horror monsters.
Oh, Day of the Triffids. Yeah, that was a good one actually. That Day of the Triffids. Yeah,
that brings back fond memories for me. That's why I think I love summer release movies so much, because I remember as a kid, me and my dad going to watch the summer releases. So movies like that, I thought, why not add this to a segment with some of the movies that I'm looking. This is not a complete collection of them. I just picked a 2 or 3 of movie trailers that I'm really looking forward to, and I'm curious, as you guys here watching it with me and the audience watching, what they think these movies are, how well you guys think it's going to be received. Do you think it's going to be a banger? You think it's going to be a complete flop?
Well, I never agree with the critics ever. Like, and Rotten Tomatoes, I don't care about. Like, I don't ever.
Critics, you know. Well, I mean, in the theater, us actors, about critics, we always used to say, you know, those that can do and those that can't become critics, and tell everybody else how they should be doing it. Well, they can't do it themselves. You know, we didn't.
So usually, if the critics hate it, I'm probably gonna like it.
I find that, yes.
So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to play. I'm going to play a trailer for you guys of a movie that's coming out here in June. I'm not going to tell you which one. Not June. I'm not sure when this one's coming. I think it might be in July, or maybe October. Either one. It's close to the end of summer, or just barely missed summer. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it, just because it brings back childhood memories for me. So here is the first trailer I'm looking forward to seeing in the movie theater. Here's some of Sid's movies picks right now.
Daylight come and we want to go. Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and we want to go. Me say day, me say day, me say day, me say day, me say day. Daylight come and we want to go.
The juice is loose.
Oh,
I don't know about you guys.
I am so excited for Beetlejuice.
Oh, I love
wait.
that. And Michael Keaton was so brilliant, wasn't he? Was about save that for later kind of. Oh, I mean, I love the original, especially when they were trying to scare the people out of the house and they're making faces, doing everything. You know, a brilliant movie. So if it's anything like the original, that'll be good. Oh, been waiting for this. Well, now there you are, Chris. It's coming. It's coming. Yes.
I know it's not a summer movie, but it's coming out in fall close enough. October close enough. Fuck it.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I love the first one. I love Michael Keaton. I think just about every movie that Michael Keaton done in the 80s.
He's Batman.
And he's Batman.
He was the best Batman, I think. And I loved what he commented. He said there was something wrong with Batman. He said, I mean, who dresses like a bat and gets their jollies out of beating the shit out of people?
Mr. Mom was a good one. Mr. Mom Gung Ho was another good flick by Michael Keaton. He just gets
Multiplicity. Do you remember Multiplicity, where he's
yeah, Multiplicity is good.
Yeah, very good.
Brilliant. So I'm looking forward to that movie. That's about 30 plus years in the waiting for a sequel.
And that they brought the original people back, like Winona Ryder's in it.
Recognize the mother and brilliant.
And Jenna Ortega's in everything now. She's in everything.
Yeah.
I love her.
Good choice, Sid. Good choice.
And another one of my favorites. I'm a big Marvel fan, and it's coming out 2 days before my birthday as well. Chris says Mr. Mom was one of my favorite of Keaton's after Beetlejuice. That one, and I like Jack Frost too. I thought that was a good one.
I didn't hate Jack Frost.
I know it's crispy and it's not really dark, but I thought it was a good little flick. But another one that I'm looking for, I'm a Marvel fan. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm a Marvel nerd. I even got the Infinity Gauntlet ring on my finger. I'm such a nerd when it comes to Marvel and comics. So I'm really looking forward to this trailer here. This is my second pick for the summer movies as well. Here we go.
Wait. You are special.
Make a wish, buddy.
Who are you? Why am I here? Walk with me. This is your chance to be a hero among heroes.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
You have to bring one person here. Everyone calls him Wolverine.
Don't stretch.
Your little cinematic universe is about to change forever.
Welcome to the Time Variance Authority.
How's this possible?
You'll need to go into the past to end this war before it ever begins.
You put our timeline in chaos. I want you to help us fix it. I'm the Messiah. I am. Wait! Marvel Jesus.
I'm not a fight with him.
And that is just the first 5 steps to a prostate-assisted orgasm. I don't have time for this shit.
I love
Stage-assisted
Deadpool so
orgasms.
much. Half
I
of my
can't
conversational English comes from Deadpool movies. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh,
There's
That's
so
my
many,
that's like my comfort movie is Deadpool.
there's so many elements to this movie that I'm excited for. They're exploring the multiverse. There's a variance. If you follow anything that has to do with Marvel, whether it's on Disney Plus or series, everything ties in together. So this is going to be Marvel's official reset because they've been kind of bombing at the theaters. So they're doing only one movie this year, which is Deadpool, and they're going to do a complete reset on the Marvel universe by doing this movie.
I wonder
So
what all they're gonna retcon. I can't wait to see what all they retcon.
Not only that, but if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be the premiere of Henry Cavill coming into the Marvel universe playing the Wolverine variant.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You are correct.
And then
I am a Marvel. I love Marvel. I do secretly like. I love all the Marvel movies. I do watch all those. I watch all of those movies because like I grew up with the comics, and that's kind of sad. But my brother had learning issues, and so my mother would buy him comic books because that's what he would read. And so I would read comic books with my brother. So that's what I grew up, enjoying with my brother was comic books, and I just love those movies so much, and I like the fact that he's going to be Marvel Jesus.
there's just so many elements to this movie that I'm really looking forward to. What's going on, Josh? Good to see you, buddy. There's so many things I'm looking forward to. Not only that, but they're you got Daniel Radcliffe is allegedly in the movie playing as a variant of Wolverine, and then they're bringing in I think Ryan Reynolds' wife to play Lady Wolverine or Lady Deadpool. I'm sorry, Lady Deadpool.
Blake Lively?
Yeah, Blake Lively is going to be playing Lady Deadpool. And then they're not only are they going to the past of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like all the other movies, but they're also bringing in the 20th Century Fox characters as well, and going in the past of those timelines as well. So
it sounds like we're going to have to watch a lot of movies to get ready for that movie.
Yeah, well, they seem to have a bit of everything in it. Like it's quite.
So I'm looking forward to it. I think the final one, the last one of the summer movies I'm looking forward to is probably one of the most controversial ones, I would believe, because it holds so many fond memories for a lot of people. It's going to be hard, I think, for anybody to welcome this movie with open arms. I'm trying my best to look at this movie and be optimistic, and
I know what movie it is, and I got a lot to say about it.
but let's play the trailer, and then we'll pick your brain about it. We'll be right back. Here's the third of the summer movies that I'm looking forward to.
What's the first thing you liked about me?
I thought that you were quite brilliantly broken.
You feel like my person.
You feel like my person.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
I saw things. I shouldn't have seen any of it.
Julie! Julie! Please don't do this!
When someone dies, a crow carries their soul to the land of the dead. And sometimes something so bad happens that the soul cannot rest. Until you put the wrong things right. You were given the power of a god. But you're running out of time to save her. I'm gonna kill them. Every single one of them. I killed you. Yeah, you did.
We have a problem. He came for us.
First impulse. Anger. It's not anger. It's love.
Look at what you've become. You know that love promises only pain. You have no idea what hell awaits you.
No, I do.
How many people have you loved?
I'll never be alone.
Wow.
I'm trying because I'm such a huge fan of the original, and I get that the story is different. The storyline is different for this new movie than what it was for the Brandon Lee version. It's a different character, and I'm kind of like what they said here, what Joshua said here, right here in the comments. If they hadn't used the original characters' names in this
That
movie,
exactly.
because it's totally different movie from the one Brandon Lee did. I agree 100% with this.
Okay, two things can be true at the same time. The original movie is amazing, and it's a classic, and I love it. This movie is going to be amazing, and I think I'm going to love it because I saw an interview with the guy who wrote the graphic novel, who wrote all the graphic novels. And he said that this is a movie they wanted to make the first time, but they didn't have the money to do it.
Oh.
And so this almost line for line, scene for scene, follows the graphic novels. The only thing they changed were the names of the characters. And if they wouldn't have done that, people would be a little bit more on board with this if they wouldn't have called him Eric Draven, because that's not that guy's name in the comic.
No.
And so Eric Skarsgård, I got the wrong guy. Bill Skarsgård is going to be fantastic in this role, I think. But I think you can love the old movie, you can love the original movie, and you can love this movie too. Like, you don't have to choose, and that's what I keep telling people. Like, you don't have to decide which one's better. You can love the old one for what it is, which is a classic and an homage to Brandon Lee. And you can love this movie too, because I think it's really going to be good.
Well, what bothers me a little bit really is that they're using their names, which they shouldn't. They should use the names from the graphic novel, and they are taking a little bit of elements from the original movie and bringing it into this remake as well. Like,
I think they did that for familiarity. I think that's why they did that.
It could work. It could work, but I must say I agree with Jasmine there. Like, reserve judgment a bit, because my experience generally has been when they remake something, it's never as good as the original. They usually screw it up. So we'll have to see how this goes. I mean, I've seen so many remakes that you just kind of say, why did they bother? The original one was fine. It's like, you wouldn't do Gone with the Wind again. Why bother? It's a classic, or Ben-Hur or something,
Right.
But we'll see how it goes. But
the graphic
it
novels
looks impressive.
do have multiple storylines.
Yeah, and it looks quite exciting. And I mean, there's a great headshot actually with that shotgun. But anyway, it's going to be exciting. Put it that way. Oh, a female crow, not why did you go with
Jasmine says, I agree with Jen. Like Conan, I didn't like Jason Momoa's version as much. I didn't either.
I don't think he would have been a good crow person at all.
Another movie I'm looking forward to that no trailers are out for yet, but we all know him as Aquaman in the old DC universe. They're switching things around, and they got new people running it. DC, James Gunn. We all know him from the Suicide Squad movie to the Guardians of the Galaxy. He is now head of DC cinema area, and so they're going to recast him as one of my favorite characters in comics, is Lobo.
And I'm really good with that. I'm really good with that casting.
So I'm looking forward to that one too as well. I'm going to give The Crow a shot. I know it's a controversial movie because people are really, when they're diehard on something, they're diehard. And I always try to look at remakes with an open eye, an open mind. As it's an entertainment value, and yes, of course, when you're watching a remake, you're seeing if they're taking any elements of the old ones and bringing it into the new one, how they making it fresh. So I'm gonna give it a shot.
When they made the Twinkly Vampire Batman, I really thought, nope, you've gone too far. I'm gonna hate it. There's no way. There's no fucking way. No way. I love that movie.
I
love that Batman.
I like the detective. I like the fact that they went to the world's greatest detective aspect of Batman. And that's what they did with that movie. They went to the detective side of Batman, and not so much the beat 'em up, brawl 'em. And
I expected to hate it.
Great.
I went in expecting to hate it. I went in planning to hate it, and then I watched it, and I was like, oh fuck, that's a good movie.
So my final pick of the week movies for you guys to watch, that I suggest to watch, that was really for me a sleeper, and ironically enough, it's a remake as well. But I'm going to play it's a remake as well. But I was hypercritical about this movie because it's one of my favorite movies back in the '80s, Roadhouse. So I was really
I watched this the other night.
I was really critical about it because I loved Patrick Swayze. I loved him in all the movies he's done, Dirty Dancing, Red Dawn, Ghost, all those movies. I mean, that to me, that's like a cult classic, Roadhouse. Yeah. So you go do that. You want to, how close are you going to be to the original? And I was pleasantly surprised.
I was too.
My pick of the week, which is Roadhouse. Here's the trailer, folks, right here.
Before we start, do you have insurance?
What?
Your coverage good? Like, you have dental?
Oh, haha.
Is there a hospital nearby? Is it, like, too far?
About, like, 25 minutes, I'd say.
I just slapped you. Are you all right?
What?
So you like to fight? You ever win?
No one ever wins a fight.
This ain't the Holiday Inn, pal.
I'm moving.
A friend of mine suggested I come talk to you. I own a roadhouse out in the Florida Keys. Lately, it's been attracting the wrong clientele. I can pay you good money. Judging by your car, you need that.
Well, I like my car.
Think about it.
I know who you are. Elwood Dalton. Big fan, man.
That guy's got a knife under his shirt. You just take a big step back and pop me in the face. You can do it.
Tell me about this bouncer. Yeah, it's all nice, like he's Mr. Rogers or something, but then he'll haul off. Really interesting guy, overall.
Brand wants to take the roadhouse away from me. He wants to build some resort.
I should warn you. People have a certain way of getting things done around here.
Hey, fellas. Looks like you're having a smashing night. Dalton! I got a tip for you. Don't let no one get this close.
Let me guess. You know, threaten me. Tell me to get out of town.
I get the impression that you can't be threatened.
Once Knox is on the job, it's over, baby.
It takes a lot to get me angry, but when I am, I just can't let go. People seem a little aggressive around here.
Is that one a friend of yours?
No, I just broke his arm.
That's my pick of the week right there, Roadhouse. I tell you what, I was pleasantly surprised watching this flick because I was really critical about it because it's one of my favorite Patrick Swayze movies, but they kept it true enough to the original movie, but added just the right elements to make it more modern twist. I fucking love Jake's role in this movie. I like this whole Mr. Nice Guy persona he has until he snaps, and then when he snaps, he fucking snaps.
I read where he has worked with Swayze in the past. I don't know. I don't remember what movie it was, but he said that he had worked with, it might have even been on Broadway. I don't remember, but he said he had worked with Swayze in the past and he wanted to be sure that he did the role right. And it was like an homage to Swayze, but not a total like repurposing of the same movie. So when he uses those lines that Swayze used in the original movie, that's just his way. Those are Easter eggs of him like paying homage to Swayze. And I did not hate that movie. Like I'm like you, I expected to hate it. And I watched it like twice, 3 times in a row because I'm like, this is not that bad. And it's funny. And the fight scenes are great.
The fight scenes were on point, and fucking McGregor did an excellent job for his first movie.
He did.
There was points where I thought, okay, his acting is kind of like cheesy, cringy a little bit at certain points.
But it fit that character.
But it was over the top character. His character was over the top in this flick. I won't give it away for people who haven't watched it. His character's over the top, and I think it fit McGregor perfectly for that role right there.
The shit-eating grin he had on his face the whole time that people are complaining about fit that character perfectly.
Hi, Connie.
I liked it.
That's my pick of the week. If you got Amazon, go watch it. Watch it like Jen did 2 or 3 times. I watched it twice. It's a good flick. Surprisingly enough, for a remake, they did a pretty good job for a remake for Roadhouse. So I give it a thumbs up. Go give it a watch this week. That's the film of the week, guys. So we're going to take ourselves a quick music break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about a little bit about Do or Die. You're going to check out right now. We're going to play you guys a little bit of Sick Century, their new song, Shadow Worlds Rise. Be right back, everybody.
Hey, this is Mark from 6th Century, and you're watching Inner Demon Media.
Oh, hello. Welcome once again to Denton's Storytime. Now, this time, I want to talk about pagan Christianity. No, your hearing's perfectly fine. That's what I said. Pagan Christianity. But I hear you ask, didn't I say in my last video that paganism had nothing to do with the Abrahamic faith? Of which, of course, Christianity is one, founded as it was by a nice Jewish boy from Galilee? Well, you see, there is a contradiction here. While Christianity isn't pagan, it is almost entirely derived from aspects of paganism used as a carrier, if you like, for the teachings of Jesus. And that by the church itself. Yes. For example, in 601 AD, Pope Gregory I issued instructions that pagan rituals and customs should be adapted to serve as Christian ones. Yes. Things that had been pagan and thus very bad, unholy, and dreadfully evil. Well, you see, they would become Christian and thus very good and extremely holy, and they would help to convert the pagans who would be used to, using these things in their own rituals, even if those practices were exactly the same as they had been before, which they were. Though that adaptation, that had been going on for centuries before Pope Gregory's time in some places. So what aspects of Christianity can we show as being actually pagan? Well, the halo, that ring-like circle of golden light shown above the heads of saints, to show that they were saints in religious paintings, well, that's a pagan symbol. Oh, yes, it's mentioned by Homer in the Iliad, by the Sumerians, found frequently in Hindu, Buddhist, and ancient Greek art, while the halo in Christian religious art, it didn't make its appearance until the 4th century AD, so it was really Johnny-come-lately. Holy water and baptism. Splashing water over a baby who usually protests rather loudly about it and may indeed add some water of its own by peeing on you while you're doing it. Well, that was rooted firmly in pagan tradition in India well over 4,000 years ago, and here in ancient Celtic Ireland. There's an inscription on a temple wall in Egypt which shows the god Amun informing Queen Amos, the wife of Pharaoh Thutmose I, and the mother of the later Queen Pharaoh Hatshepsut, that she will bear a divine child. No, a divine child with no sexual intercourse involved. Oh, no, none of that nasty hanky-panky stuff. No. Then the queen is shown giving birth. No intercourse involved. Remember, that's important. And there are even 3 men shown worshipping the newborn divine infant. Sound familiar? Yes, it should. The Annunciation, the virgin birth, and the adoration of the Magi, only 2,000 years earlier than the identical biblical story. The Holy Trinity. Now, the Holy Trinity is a Christian cornerstone, without which you can't even be a Roman Catholic. No, if you don't believe in the Trinity, get thee hence, evil one. You're out. They don't want to know you. But it isn't a Christian idea. A Trinity in the form of a triple God who is both separate and one is never mentioned anywhere, either in the Old or the New Testament. Jesus never said it. St. Paul never mentioned it. And it only became church theology in the 4th century AD. The great early theologian, St. Jerome, actually stated that, and I quote, "All the ancient nations believed in the Trinity." And so they did. Very early Indian writings, the Puranas, contain a very, very interesting passage where a man calls on the Trinity, Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer. And he says, and I quote, "O ye 3 lords, know that I recognize only one God. Inform me, therefore, which of you is the true divinity, that I may address to him alone my adorations." The 3 gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, becoming manifest to him, replied, "Listen, O devotee, there is no actual distinction between us. What to you appears such is only the semblance. The single being appears under 3 forms by the acts of creation, preservation, and destruction, but he is one." In other words, the Holy Trinity. The 40-day fast, well, the Egyptians fasted for 40 days in honor of Osiris, and the Aztecs, well, they had a fast of 40 days in honor of the sun. Rubbing ashes on someone's forehead, widely used across the ancient world. Young initiates into the mysteries of Mithras, for example, had the Tau cross drawn on their foreheads, and this is also done by the Old Norse in honor of Odin. Now, Christmas. Oh, yes, Christmas. The most Christian of all festivals is almost entirely pagan in origin, apart from the actual birth of Jesus himself, of course. The wreath on the door, the holly and the ivy, mistletoe and other evergreen plants, the Yule log, the Christmas tree, the Christmas ham, Christmas carols, giving presents, even Santa Claus and his reindeer, though not in that actual form, come from Old Norse and North Germanic tradition, as done the leaving out of gifts for him. I mean, I could go on. There's a lot more, but we do try to keep these videos short, snappy. So you could say that Christianity is really a form of paganism under another name, since it's almost entirely a rehash of pagan beliefs and practices with the actual teachings of Jesus sort of added on, which of course in no way lessens those teachings in the slightest. Paganism and Christianity, yes. There's two systems of belief that have been loggerheads for centuries, yet they actually have more in common than they differ, being really opposite ends of the same stick, we could say. Well, until next time, I shall say goodbye for now. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Trick to see if she will suck it. So she slaps him in the face and says it's God like you're the baby. So she's lying on the floor and he's asking for more, but she's screaming for and begging him, but he's convinced she's a fucking whore. Each story starts the same and we don't know what their names, but one day we'll rise like zombies and the meaning I am right. Welcome to my real horror show. Statistic 97%. How can you be so sadistic? 97%. No receipts of any number of freaks or ghouls. These are women who have been molested by embracing balls. See, we are more than fairgrounds, more than rights and consent. We are the doors of witches who are born in the sky. We are the ones that create life and have been taken away. So if you think you're not scared of us, come on and fucking play. Welcome to my real horror show. When once you're in, you'll never be let down. Johnny, you're still afraid. Stop it now, I mean it. Barbara. Stop it, Johnny. Welcome to my real horror show. Where once you're in, you'll never be let go. Welcome to my real horror show. Where once you're in, you'll never be let go. You're ignorant.
Welcome back.
That was interesting.
I love Denton Storytime.
No,
Love
thank
it.
you.
Love it, love it.
As always a gem. Yeah, great job on the story time this week, Denton.
Well, thanks very
I'm
much.
glad more people. I'm glad that you touch on it, because a lot of people tend to forget that there is that common theme between paganism and Christianity. Just a lot of people want to bicker too much to actually see it.
Yes, it's something a lot of people don't even seem to realize, that virtually every aspect of Christianity is. Oh, yeah. Oh, back to lying down. Oh, hope you feel better soon, Tanya. So many people don't seem to realize the connections and the way the church used it. I mean, like here in Ireland, they would build churches on or near pagan sacred groves, maybe from the same wood. They would use pagan wells for baptism. It was a kind of way of getting people would accept things that they were used to using. You know, it sort of made it easier. And as I said, the Pope even told the Bishop of London, it actually was, that he sent that message to do this, to take pagan things and Christianize them. Well, the famous cathedral in Paris, Notre Dame de Paris, is built on the site of a Roman temple to Jupiter, I think it was. So this is the sort of thing we did to tie in. I find it quite an interesting thing. And of course, Christmas, every celebratory thing. Well, the plum pudding isn't, and it doesn't have any plums in it. That was a weird Victorian idea. Christmas cards and the Christmas crackers and that, they obviously are not from Old Norse and that, nor turkeys, because there weren't any turkeys in Scandinavia at that time. But, you know, Christmas is just entirely pagan, with Jesus sort of popped in. You know, it's just...
Yeah, they just stuck him in there.
They just stuck him in there, you know, and it's so obvious. Well, like the Trinity, I mean, the Hindus had that so many centuries before, and I find the birth of Hatshepsut fascinating, because you have this Annunciation, virgin birth, adoration. You know, it is the biblical story, but 2,000 years earlier. You know, which is quite amazing, I think. I think occasionally, you know, I have these thoughts. Then I
It is very fascinating. It's interesting, and I know that they used, you know, they used the same dates for the holidays so that the pagans would be more apt to be accepting of the new holidays, the new Christian holidays. So they used the same dates,
and of
for
course
Easter.
the Easter and of course Christmas. The date. The Pope didn't like the pagan festival of Saturnalia, where, you know, servants could join their masters. I mean, having servants hobnobbing with the masters, you know. And of course, there was all the hanky-panky going on. I mean, it was Rome, and the Pope wasn't too keen on the fornicating, you know, all that all over the place. So, of course, to have Christ's birthday, I mean, you couldn't be fornicating and hobnobbing with servants on Christ's birthday, could you? You know, so they very conveniently use the same days as Saturnalia, which is quite interesting, I think, you know. But
at the end of the day, though, all of it stems from one certain belief, and then it just branched out. So at the end of the day, it's all interconnected, right? Every belief system, every religion, it's all interconnected.
A lot of the people from the different religions, and I accept that. I accept that, you know, it's cool, you're Christian, you want to celebrate that on that day, even though, you know, but a lot of people don't accept the reality of the fact that some of that stuff didn't start out as theirs.
Exactly. And as I said in a previous video of mine, I mean, paganism was the religion of the entire world before that Abraham chap came along. You know, every country on earth had a pagan religion at one time or another. Many countries are still pagan. I mean, Japan, India, these are actually pagan countries, because if it isn't one of the three Abrahamic religions,
exactly,
pagan, you know. A lot of people, in the immortal words of Michael Caine, not a lot of people know that. So, of course, I know it, but then, well, I mean, I don't like to.
Well, that's what this show is for, to help people be informed. People might are watching it now or watching it later and doesn't know. Now you know. G.I. Joe always says, knowing is half the battle.
There you go. And I feel so good about that. You know, it's always nice when you can enlighten others, you see. I don't like to mention my genius too often, but you can. I don't like it.
Well, tonight's show we're talking a little. We're going to talk a little bit about what I mean by do or die.
Mm.
Doing things is different than saying I have a dream. Let's say you have a dream of wanting to accomplish something, but all you do is sit on that dream and you muster over it, you think about it, you come up with the ideas and designs and all this stuff in your head, but you do nothing about it. Or you're going through some challenges in your life and you're expecting people to swoop in and rescue you through your problems. And that happens quite a lot. I catch myself sometimes, especially in my younger days, where I caught myself all the times waiting for somebody to swoop in and help solve my problems, or I wanted to give an excuse about why I'm in these situations that I'm in. And so I thought about what are we going to do about this show tonight? What's the topic going to be? Do it. Either you do what makes you happy, or you slowly die inside. We're not afforded a thousand chances in life to make dreams or aspirations come to life, right? We have to. We can't sit around and wait for them to happen. I wouldn't be here right now, doing this if I didn't put some energy behind it. And I told myself I can do it. But you can't sit around and wait for somebody to swoop in and help you, or give you some grand design, or give you hints, or tell you how to navigate through it. You have to get up and actually fucking do it. How many times in you guys' life have you guys had this dream of, I want to be somebody? I want to be, when I get older, I want to be an astronaut, or when I get older, I want to be a theater actor, or when I get older, I wanted to play in a band. Do you think any of that would have ever happened if we just sat there and dreamed on it?
Oh no, I wouldn't be co-owner of a little witch store in Enid, Oklahoma, if I just sat on my ass and didn't do anything about it, because this is not prime witch country.
No, I'd say not. Yes.
So, yeah. So Tammy and I had to, really work and get off our asses and do it. And that's what we wanted. We wanted a nice little, witchy tea shop, and that's what we have.
Which is nice. I mean, of course, I was into the theater. I wanted to be an actor, and I was. So, I went and did that sort of on my own. But yes, I mean, I have had the odd idea. Oh, I'd love to do this, or I'd love to do that. But I never often succeeded in getting off my arse and actually going and doing it. The motivation was sometimes lacking. I have to admit, that there have been times I have kind of mentioned to somebody, oh, I would love to do that if only I could. What, you'll help me do it? Oh, that's nice of you. Thanks for volunteering. But
yeah,
I mean, nothing really major. But I think if you have a dream and you want to, it means a lot to you. Yes, you really do need to sort of get up and try and push things, because if you don't, it's not going to come to you. I mean, something like that, you've got to go to it. And if you just sit thinking, oh, how I would love to do that, but you don't actually try to do it, well, you're never going to.
The chances of your dream succeeding is 0% chance of success if you don't get out and get up and do something about it to change. Your life sucks. I get it. My life sucked for a really long time, and I used to blame the Ryder bad luck, the Ryder curse. Everything always went bad. It's always going to happen to the Ryder family. Until you do something to change your mindset and the way that you're thinking about life, that your life is always going to be the same. Those dreams, those aspirations are absolutely going to mean nothing in the end if you don't do something about it. Yes, you can go around and seek help by therapy or talking to a friend, but ultimately, your success is not measured by what advice they give you, but how much of that advice that you take and apply it by doing something.
Absolutely. It's no good if you don't follow it. Yeah.
You have to, and it's scary. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like it's not scary, but and some of it, some things are easier than others, but sometimes if you have really big dreams and aspirations, you just have to take that leap and hope for the best. Imposter syndrome is a bitch, Jim, and I hate it. It's a real problem for me.
It's tough. It's tough because you got to step outside of your comfort zone. You got to step outside your box. If you want to succeed in anything that you're trying to achieve in life, you have to be willing to make yourself very uncomfortable. You have to be willing to make yourself very out of place. You have to be that sore thumb or that one person in the crowd that stands out. People's success is not measured by how many times someone tells you how good your show is or how good your products are that you're selling, or I love your shows. Our measure of success as a human being is how much are we enjoying what we're doing. And have we proved to ourselves that we got up and did the work? The praise is nice, but at the end of the day, it still leaves you empty unless you know in your deep down inside that you've got up and you put in the work. And it's very, very important because even good days, bad days, especially on bad days, because Lord knows I've been having a lot of them myself. I have to continue to remind myself that nobody's going to swoop in here and give Sid the grand advice, the amazing advice, that the answer to the universe advice. Nobody's going to swoop in and say, Sid, this is how you're going. I can talk to Denton or I can talk to Jenna privately if I choose to. But I know at the end of the day, the advice that I'm going to get is probably the same advice I give myself. So what am I not doing? I'm not taking action. I'm not trying to change my course. I'm sitting here stagnant, wandering in my head, and I have to do something to get myself out of that frame of mind. Hence why I thought of this show tonight. We have to be. Bad days are here all the time, and I say this a lot. Our bad days are not here all the time. Bad days are here very few and very seldom. The reason why we hold on to these bad days is because it doesn't happen very often. So you remember it. Why do we always acknowledge the bad days versus the good days? Because good things happen all the time, and we take it for granted.
Yes, you're right there. The taking for granted of the good things, and even in my case, like with the theater, I hardly remember anything I was in that went perfectly the way it was intended to go. I remember when the scenery fell down or the gun didn't fire or something. The bad things stick in my mind. The good things, well, I kind of expected those. Yeah, and you do get a bit blasé with that. And I don't know why, but I appear to be flashing on and on and off, and I don't.
You are doing some strange things.
I'm kind of going, oh, that's a bit weird.
Yes, Joan says here's well said. Sid, thank you. We ourselves have to motivate in the end. We can have the best friends in the world, people we can confide into, we can talk to, and we can share our thoughts, our feelings, our struggles, our highs, our lows. But at the end of the day, we as the human being, as the person, have to want to better ourselves every day. We can sit and dwell on what happened last week, or we can sit and dwell on what could happen in the future, or we can just sit down and take the moment and enjoy today. What we have today.
Enjoy the good things. Don't go down the misery loves company.
He's like Max Headroom tonight, isn't he?
Oh my!
I don't know what's happening.
I'm green. It's red. I don't know what's going on there. I feel like I'll have a dirty raincoat on or something.
Part of doing also as well is not measuring your success by other people's success. Yes, you want to do things, you want to achieve certain goals, but comparing yourself to others is a soul killer. Either you do it your way or don't do it at all. Try to do things more, cut this really short on my end. I'll let you guys talk. But end of the day, you want to be happy as a human being. I'm at that age now. I'm knocking on 50's door, and it's time. I know my life is going to change. I know it's probably more drastic for guys than it is for females. I don't know what it was like for the ladies when they turn 50, but for me, turning 50, it's a huge milestone because
it ain't a walk in the park.
I'm in this cycle of my life. I'm entering, so to speak, that fourth quarter of my life. Especially in my family, the men died fairly young. My uncle died at 57. My dad died at 67. So I know I'm at the end end phase of my life, and I'm
You
having to come.
break that chain. You break that cycle.
Well, either way you go, I'm still in that fourth quarter. Maybe I might not die at 57. I might
I
not
know.
die at 57. But this is my last quarter. What do I want that lasting legacy to be? Am I going to be a doer? Am I going to take chances and take those leaps of faith and step outside of my box and try things new? Or am I just going to let my soul slowly die and not do nothing at all? Just sit around and think about it. Our time on this earth, year-wise, is very, very short. And we got to learn to be able to take advantage of those moments in our lives. Yes, fear can be a crippler, but also could be as an enabler for great and amazing things as well. It all really, he's really tripping on that video, isn't he? It's got me
Denton.
But be a doer. Be a doer. Don't let your fears or the insecurities or what people's going to say stop you from achieving your dreams. Don't wait around for someone to hand you a golden platter and that golden ticket from Willy Wonka's to achieve your goals. You have to take action, and you'd be surprised how much more joy and happiness and fulfillment you'll get by doing it, taking that action, and achieving those goals yourself. Poor Denton over there. Poor fella. All right, that's tonight's show. We're going to leave you guys. Hopefully, that little bit of inspiration for you guys. Be doers out there. Don't just sit around and wait for somebody to come do it for you. You got to change your life. You got to take those actions to improve. Don't dwell on what happened in the past, because you can't do anything if you're stuck in the past. You can't do anything if you're so caught up in what's going to happen in the future. But what you can do, what you have control of is today. Take advantage of it as much as you can, because we're never promised tomorrow, right? There's never a tomorrow. And Jasmine says right here, to perfectly say it, enjoy the small things.
Always enjoy the little things. Go outside, take that breath of fresh air, look at the sunshine, take a nice deep breath, and touch grass.
And you'd be amazing the breakthroughs that you'll start seeing in your life. The things that used to weigh you down, you taking action and changing these things that weigh you down. There's a sense of reward that you'll get that compared to any kind of high that you could possibly get in your life. Outside
when
of
I
that,
start feeling really, really bad, I try to look at all the things that I am fortunate enough to have. You know, if I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't get this, I didn't get that didn't work out. And then I'm like, I also have a job. A lot of people would like to have a job. I have a roof over my head. I have wonderful dogs. I have family. Sometimes you just have to stop and look at the things that you do have as opposed to things that you don't have. And also, like I just said, go outside and breathe some fresh air, even if it's cold or even if it's hot. Just go outside, get some fresh air, and just look at nature and see what all it can do. Like the things that can, like I do crystals and all that stuff, but I recently got a shipment of seashells of all things. But when you look at those things, it is amazing what nature does. And when you think about stuff like that, it's just like, okay, maybe my shit isn't so bad. You know,
we have to appreciate what we have, and what we as humans, we strive for better, to better ourselves. We always want to outdo ourselves or outdo others, and we have a real bad tendency to forget that we have everything we want, and it's okay to want more. But if you don't get it, don't let that no turn into a soul crusher and deter you from what your dreams and goals are.
A nice sentence I like to remember is just remember who the fuck you are. Always remember who the fuck you are, because you are somebody and you are important. So always remember who the fuck you are.
Be a doer. Be a doer. Don't let that soul just die away slowly, year by year, minute by minute, second by second, thinking about, oh, I would love to do this or I love to do that. Step outside your comfort zone. Say, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck you. Everything's going crazy tonight, isn't it?
It is.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Let's do it. I'm going to step outside my box and I'm going to be a doer. Guys, we're going to get out of here. Have a great night. Jen, thanks for a great show. We're going to end
Thanks, Sid.
tonight with one last video. This is the Winery Dogs with their song Breakthrough. You guys be safe out there, and we will catch you this coming up Wednesday for another Sid Ryder Experience. Wow, it's I still haven't got comfortable saying that yet. You guys have a great night, and I'll catch you guys next week. Until then, be safe, be well.
Hey, this is Rod from Just a Ride, and you're watching Inner Demon Media.
Release your inner demons.
I can't look into your eyes. I don't wanna lose myself. I wanna succumb to temptation. I know you sparked some rage